Don't watch the sweat. Man's just come back from running. But a man said I'm as real as they come. Yeah, you don't ever want to have a victim mindset and thinking to yourself, I don't want to move to this area and be seen as the angry black man. That's a victim mindset. Because what you're thinking is, oh, if I move to this new area, people already see me in a certain light, so I don't want them to think, oh, I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. Now that's a true story. I didn't just make that up, I just wasn't speaking like hypothetically. I know someone who, I don't know, they bought a property about 5-6 years ago and it was in a predominantly white area. And at the time, they said to me, yeah, I just want to be cool with all the neighbors and that. I don't want to be seen as that angry black man. Now, this person has like a victim mindset. So anyway, they said to me, yeah, the person next door, like the couple next door, they're an older couple, they think they run the street. And instantly, when he said that, I thought, I wonder what they're going to be like. But that was like 5-6 years ago. And obviously, man spoke to the person in between that time. I never spoke about the neighbors. It never came up in conversation. But one time, within the last 2 years, I was chatting to this person. And they were telling me some mad stories about the neighbors and that. They weren't making up noise or anything like that. They were like an older couple. But they was... like, I don't know, complaining about the fence and some paint or some nonsense and that. And this is the thing, this is what I'm saying, yeah, like, yo, when you act timid or when you don't want to rub people up the wrong way, even though you've got something to say and that, you're going to let some shit slide and people are just going to take the piss. So anyway, the brother that I know, he must have been away on holiday and, I don't know, the neighbors had a problem with something or whatever. Now, obviously, they had a few interactions in between that time. And he didn't set them straight. He didn't bad them up when he should have set them straight and he should have bad them up. And when I say bad them up, I don't mean grab them up. But, stick it on them. Show them that you're an angry black man, yeah? So in between that time, he had a few situations and that, but he didn't stick it on them. I would have, yeah? But he's not like man, innit? Cool. So one time he was away on holiday and the neighbors had a problem with something minor, but they just made it into a big situation. They started banging on his front door. Banging on his front door. His missus was there with the youth. I was thinking like, yo, see, this is what I'm talking about. If you don't set people straight, if you don't show people, yo, man's potentially an angry black man, people are going to take the fucking piss. Let me say something. You see this road here? Nobody comes knocking on this door. The only person that's brave enough to knock on this door is this little old white lady that's 5 foot nothing, yeah? Who's 80 years old. Nobody else is brave enough to knock on my door, especially if they've got a problem, yeah? Because man showed them, man's that angry black man and that. I'm not gonna move to an area and think to myself, I'm just gonna make sure I'm cool with the neighbors and that and don't ruffle anything. I don't give a fuck, blood. I don't care. I will turn up to a new environment. You see, most people, they turn up to a new environment and they try to be friends with people. But if I turn up to a new environment and start fights with people, yeah? I don't give a shit. Because people ain't got no respect. I remember when I used to come to this road here, when I was first doing up the property, so I wasn't living here, I was just 5 minutes driving around the corner. There would always be kids playing around, yeah, like till 9, 10 o'clock at night. Yo, it's Wednesday, it's Thursday. There's elderly people that live on my road. There's at least 4 households with elderly people. They don't want to listen to that nonsense. The kids are playing literally outside their house at 9, 10 o'clock at night. I put a stop to that. When I first came, there was 10 kids playing outside. Now that I moved in, there's no kids playing outside, yeah? Take the fucking piss. But you think these elderly people want to hear these kids playing football outside till 9, 10 o'clock at night? Like, you don't think, it's just playing football. Yo, let it be 9, 10 o'clock at night and let someone bounce a ball at night. Do you know how fucking annoying that sound is? Even where I used to live before, around the corner, there was some jackass bouncing a basketball at midnight. I had to go out there. Big man, stop doing that. What you did? I'm kind of glad I moved away from there because all the time, guys would just pull up in their cars. But man's gone out there like 4 or 5 times to stick it on, man. Yeah, like, yo, turn the music down. And I look out the window and it's like 3 of them, maybe 4. Well, I'm 2.5, man. Fuck it, I've got a good chance in that. Because if I go out there and I say something to someone and they respond in the wrong way, it's straight on. I'm not taking no chat from nobody. So... but yeah, man, having that victim mindset, You're always going to be in a weak position. You're always going to have people try to test you. I guarantee you, if I was in my brother's position, the one that said, oh, you know, I don't want to ruffle any feathers, I don't want to be seen as the angry black man, I guarantee you, if it was me living there, those neighbors would never come banging on that door. No way. None of these would ever do that. They would never. They would never. They would never. If any of these people in their yard said, right, I'm going to go to that guy's house, yeah, the partner of the person, whether it's a male or female, would say, don't go there, yeah? Anyway, so I ain't saying for you lot to go and start trouble. What I'm saying is, don't be afraid to be seen as that angry black man, yeah? Look, if you got a problem with someone, you got to stick it on them, innit? Yeah, but you do what you want to do, innit?